Hey everybody. Um, Usually I don't do this, but I'm gonna do it. I was told just a few weeks ago not to laugh off what the Lord has called me to do, to just go ahead and do it in boldness and confidence and not make a joke out of it. So that's just what I'm gonna do. Um, Last night I had a dream, and so I needed to just release this and for whoever it's for, and yeah, I'm gonna do that. So anyway, in this dream, I saw a man wearing a black coat, like a black suit jacket, and he put a black suit jacket on this woman, and he started flirting with her. And just when she got all distracted by his smooth talking and his antics, he put a mask over her head, and he took off his mask to reveal who he really was and what he looked like. And then he shot her in the head, and it looked like one of those terrorist videos. It looked like he was being filmed. And so I ran out of there. And as I came out, there was a woman coming towards me who had on one of those same black jackets. And I was like, oh, nope, let me get away from her. And so I ran away from her and I went outside. And as I got outside, there was a man um, in all he had on was his boxers. And his clothes were just like strewn all over the place. And he was angry. He was like yelling and mad. And so I look up and I see on this ramp, there's men just laid out on this ramp, like going all the way up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to call for help. So I'm trying to call 911 on my phone, but I couldn't get through. It's like the numbers are 911, but I had this old flip phone, and for some reason it wasn't working. And I'm like, what is going on? Why can't I call? So but as I looked closer at these men, they weren't bloody, they weren't injured, they weren't hurt. They were just laid out like in the road, just like exposed. And some of them were like peeking up to see what was happening, and some of them were on their phones. So there was really nothing wrong with them. They were just laid out in this road. And then I woke up. And so I asked the Lord, what in the world was this dream about? And so this year, this season, God is wanting to put together marriages. He's wanting to bring kingdom marriages together. He's wanting to put two people who love Him, who know Him, who are saved, put them together for the kingdom. Why? Because two are better than one. Because one could put 1,000 to flight, two could put 10,000 to flight, and He wants godly offspring. The days are evil. We are coming up on the end times, and so we can do more and be better together. We can be stronger together. So this is what the Lord is wanting to do. But the enemy wants to stop that, or he wants to bypass it. He knows, because he is a spirit too. He's an angel. He knows, and he wants to stop that from happening. So what he's doing, what I saw in this dream, is that he's sending counterfeits. He's sending these smooth talking, good looking guys to distract you and to take you out. Like that's what he did to that girl. He put a jacket on her, he distracted her, and then he took her out. And I'm not necessarily saying that people are going to die. I'm saying that it took her out of what God's plan was for her life. So there are some people who will listen to the counterfeit, who will listen to the phonies that the enemy is sending, and they'll be taken out of the plan that God has for their life. So you have to be careful of who you're entertaining, who you date, who you listen to. Just because they look like what you want, sound like what you want, they'll do whatever you ask, that's not necessarily the one for you. That's not necessarily the one for you. Just because somebody makes you feel good and does whatever you want you want them to do, that is not necessarily a godsend. The person that is for you from God will challenge you. It might feel awkward. It might feel kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? It might not be clouds and rainbows all the time, because this is war. And so we have to make each other better and remind each other of kingdom. It can't just be butterflies and roses all the time. Anyway, so the rest of that dream, when I ran out and saw that woman, there are women too who will try to convince you of the wrong thing, or say the wrong thing, or take you out of what God wants. So you have to be careful. Even some of your friends might not have a God interest at heart. They just might have a worldly mindset or a fleshly mindset and speak the wrong thing into your life. So be careful of that. And then that guy that was standing outside naked, that was like a counterfeit being exposed. Like God is exposing these counterfeits. He's exposing the enemy's schemes and his plans, and he's angry about it. He's angry about it. But the thing is, I was trying to call for help. And God is saying, don't try to help the counterfeit. Don't try to stick around and help these people who are working with the enemy and not doing what they're supposed to do. You can't help everybody. You got to know who you're actually supposed to help and who you need to flee from and run away from and leave alone, because they might take you over to their side pretending like they need help, pretending and using your good Christian nature against you and pull you over to their side. So don't try to help everybody. You better know who you're called to help so you don't get caught up. That was the dream. That's my warning. Please know that God is moving and he is working and he is wanting to do things in the earth, in this world during this time, and he wants to use his people. So be in tune with him. My pastor talked last night about be where God is working and increase your spiritual activity. So be praying in the spirit. That really convicted me because it's NBA playoffs right now, and I've been trying to watch all the highlights and watch all that. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but I don't have to watch 10 videos about it. I think I could just watch one and get the gist of it. But I need to make sure I increase my spiritual activity so I can be ready to hear and I can be able to receive what God is doing right now. So please, y'all, stay alert. The times are evil. Stay alert. If you think you're standing firm, watch out. Work out your salvation with fear and trembling and launch out into the deep and watch what God does. Have a great day. Bye.